And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate. We'd love to help you win in any marketplace, as we say. Save our hotline number. We'd love to connect with you. We had a lot of callers reaching out last week wanting to find out more information about our expert contributors, 50-plus show partners, 80 different categories of consumer advocate content and advice brought to you daily right here on AM 860 The Answer, 93.7 on the FM dial. 4 o'clock drive time, helping you win in any marketplace. Save our hotline number, 813-750-0550. You can call the hotline or text that number. It's an off-air line, 813-750-0550. And we want to help you with your real estate deals as well. If you're buying, selling, or investing, we always like to feature our real estate listings live on air as a top 1% ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay. We've got some properties here that we just listed. 117 14th Street in Bel Air. This is on the beaches. Beautiful property in Pinellas County. Now, 117 14th Street is a property that is 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2,800 square feet, private pool, gourmet kitchen, double lot, and just a beautiful property. Too many upgrades to mention here on the show, but you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. This is God's country. And this segment is brought to you by Discovery Golf Cars. If you are considering getting a golf car, they've got Easy Go, Star EV, Cushman. They offer new and pre-owned golf cars available as well. You can find them online, discoverygolfcars.com. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we've got a great lineup for you today here on the program. And let's go ahead and make our introductions on the phones. Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage. Hello, Diane.
Hey, Brandon. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. And yourself?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. What did you want to discuss today? There's a lot of things happening, and prayers go out to the folks in the Miami area that just had that building collapse. It was an apartment building that collapsed down there as well. And what's happening in your world?
Absolutely. Well, there's a lot of things. I have some FHA announcements to make and some existing home sales as far as what they are and those type of things. So I'm going to go over all that.
Awesome. Good stuff. We'll update that and kind of talk a little bit about the hedge funds, too. I'd like to bring that into the conversation.
Yep.
And then in studio here, we've got Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy. Welcome back.
Always a pleasure in the house today, so I'm really excited to talk about what we're going to be doing for our 4th of July sale going on and some of our classes. And today is my special guest. Today I brought the utmost, farmost, most upcoming, most undisputed, lovely and vivacious, bonus extra woman times 2, CEO and owner of Hands at Heart Yoga. And she is Amy, my good friend, right near Florida Firearms Academy.
Awesome. Nice introduction there.
Yeah, I know. Right? I don't know how to follow that.
I want to bring him in and introduce me next time.
She gave me $2 to say that.
Oh, okay. She hooked you up. CEO of Hands at Heart Yoga.
Yes.
Awesome.
Here to talk about my beautiful new yoga studio that's located on the southeast corner of Racetrack and Tampa Road on the Oldsmar line.
Awesome.
And everything that I have to offer there.
Very cool. Yeah. The small businesses are the heartbeat of America. It's a local show. That's one of the things that makes us unique. This daily program that we have, most of the other programs are nationally syndicated. They're in 400 plus markets. A lot of great show hosts on the Salem family, Dennis Prager, Charlie Kirk, Mike Gallagher, on and on. Great show hosts. But when you think about our show, what makes us different is just that pulse of the market. You really get a pulse of the market. You have a lot of great listeners in the Tampa Bay area that support this show. So I love talking about local success stories, small businesses, supporting the local economy, supporting local companies here in Tampa Bay. So I love that. I love the idea of what we have lined up here for the show today. And also, a feel-good story of the day, anonymous customer leaves $16,000 tip at New Hampshire restaurant, and that's in our feel-good segment that we always do here on the program. So let's jump right into it. So Diane Vance, longtime friend of the program, another great example of a local lender here. Locally, most of the time, I know you're helping out your daughter who just had a baby up in Savannah, Georgia for a little while, so it's great. That's awesome. You can work remote. But with the FHA, you got the FHA, they're making some moves over there. What happened?
Well, now the FHFA is actually, that's the director of, that's a different thing I was going to talk about, but that is the director of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and they're in conservatorship, so he is in charge of that basically. And Mark Calabria is his name, and he has made some not great choices for the mortgage world, which was he's charged premiums for refinances, premiums for investors, properties, premiums for second homes, and he was just replaced last night, and they have a new one in place temporarily until they actually finalize it. But that's actually good news for the consumer and good news for the mortgage world because it was causing a lot of headaches. But FHA, Federal Housing Administration, which is loans, too many acronyms in the mortgage world. They just updated their student loan policy. That it used to be, it didn't matter if you were on income-based repayment or what you're on. They used to have us charge 1% of your student loan balance. They just recently made a change that they will allow whatever your student loan monthly payment is to be counted. And if it's at zero, it has to be above zero. But if it is at zero, which a lot of people are because they're in forbearance, which is part of the whole COVID situation, then it's actually 0.5% instead of 1%, which you don't know how many people did not qualify for FHA because of that 1% on their student loans, because a lot of people have a lot of student loans.
Right.
So income-based now can be used, whereas just effective this past week. So great news for a lot of first-time home buyers. So the first-time home buyers are the ones that actually tend to, they're just starting out, and they usually do have a lot of student loans. So it's very helpful to them. So we're actually going in our pipeline, calling all of our old customers that were, the 1% kind of threw them out of the market and letting them know the updates. So that's good news. So a couple, FHFA and FHA changes today. So that's the best announcement that we've had recently, those two items that were actually going to help the consumer.
Well, that's good. That's great news. Yeah, so the student loans now, instead of counting a full percent, they're only counting 0.5% to the debt ratios. That's going to help more people qualify.
Yep. Or if they have an income-based payment, which is usually less than 0.5%, it's based on your current income, that will help that as well. So a lot of, it makes a big difference on qualifications.
Yeah, it sure does. And the other big thing happening in the real estate market right now is these big hedge funds, like the biggest one notable that's in CNBC headlines, different headlines, is BlackRock. So it's a pool of investors, basically a lot of rich people coming in and saying, hey, let's pool our money together. Let's go out there and compete with the veteran. Let's compete with that first-time buyer for the highly coveted in Tampa Bay, less than 1% or 1 month of inventory levels.
Yeah,
and over
17
150,
days or
60%
something like that. Yeah,
absorption
crazy.
rates. Yep, go ahead, Diane.
Yeah. No, it's like 17%. I think is 17 days that it's on the market right now, or less than that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So they're competing against those folks. That's what they're doing. Yeah.
Yep, and what they want to do is they want to turn us into a country of renters. They want to see everybody be a renter, and they have more control over the renters. There's also a gun lobby there behind BlackRock and these companies saying they might force the gun lobby, which leads us into a conversation with Thomas King as well. Have you heard that, Thomas? Have you heard that about the gun lobby?
I have not at this point. There's so many stuff coming at every direction from what they're trying to ban. It's just crazy right now.
Yeah. Well, the BlackRock, for example, like they were in an article on CNBC. They were talking about what they're doing. They were also looking at. It said something about they may require, because basically if they own the home, they could say no, you can't have firearms in the home.
Oh, yes, I did hear
I guess. I don't know. I know some businesses can say that. Now, if you're concealed carry with, like me, I just walk right through those signs in a lot of cases. But anyways, let's go back to the mortgage industry. So, Diane, when you look at when you look at the mortgage industry right now, people are looking for properties. I talked to $1 million seller this morning. He says, I'm taking my house off the market. I had offers. I had good offers, but I'm not selling my house because I can't find a comparable property, or at least something that I can move into with a reasonable dollar and that I would have to completely renovate or gut. So that's a challenge that we're seeing now too with the inventory in Tampa Bay.
Absolutely. Yes. And that's probably one of the biggest challenges that we have. People would like to make a move, but they're afraid that they cannot make a move because they can't, when they start looking there, they can't find anything. Existing home sales, were down in May, but that's only because there's not enough inventory, right. And they're up 44%, but the inventory is actually is up 7% from April. So that just means that, but it's down 21%. So the average over the entire country, that homes are on the market only for 17 days, which is not very long. That includes all homes, all prices. So what happens with your seller is that he's went out to look, and he's, and then they start. Now, I will tell you what typically happens with most of those sellers that make that decision that they don't want to sell right now is they end up selling. But it usually is just a little bit down the road.
Yeah.
Houses go fast, and a lot of people, I think I probably have the largest pipeline in our pipeline that we've ever had because of people that are pre-qualified and ready to find a house, buy a house. But that is the biggest challenge for people is inventory and trying to find a house so that they can move out of their current house, whatever they want to move up or down or whatever they're trying to do. When they go to start looking, they actually can't find something. So it's a real challenge. You guys all have a big challenge out there as far as realtors. You're probably knocking on doors seeing if people want to buy or sell, brother.
That's right. Yep. Circle prospecting. I mean, there's lots of ways that we do that. And if you just joined us, we're talking with Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. She is a regional manager for a top 5 lender in the country. Lots of volume. They're doing lots of volume in the real estate space. And what else are you thinking about, Diane, right now? I mean, it's hurricane season. There's also opportunities for investors. You got veterans out there looking for housing. There's a lot of things to talk about.
Oh, yeah. And matter of fact, thank goodness, because Mark Calabria is no longer in the director, they can repeal that increase for investment properties because he was causing interest rates to go up for investors. So we should see that being reversed. So that's good news. There's a lot of things going on right now, though. It's a lot of changes, a lot of updates. We've actually started at the beginning of the year. We started coming back from some of the COVID guidelines that were put in. We are almost back to normal prior to pre-COVID guidelines and things like that. There's really not a lot of overlays that were placed as of in effect during COVID. So we're seeing things back to normal as far as that goes. VA loans, veterans, of course, can still purchase with zero down. Of course, they have to find a home to be able to purchase, and that seller who, once the BlackRock's coming in paying cash, it sounds like, those type of things. One thing, there's a lot of mortgage companies that are actually owned by a hedge fund. We are not a hedge fund. We are not owned by a hedge fund. Fairway is employee owned, and we are the top 3 right now. We're number 3 in the country, and we are a national lender. However, the reason it's called Fairway Independent Mortgages because they want us to independently run our branches because we are local in the market and to do things locally.
Nice. I like that. So top 3, congratulations. That's really cool. And, so when you think about the investment opportunities, a lot of times it's these off-market deals. People don't fully understand. They think if it's MLS and that's it, but there's really a whole subset of investors that we talk to here on the Consumer Quarterback Show as well. We've had Larry Harbolt on the program and other folks that we've talked with about that. We also have off-market investment opportunities as well for cash buyers out there. If you call into the show, text or call in, we'll get you in touch with put you on our buyer list as well. So we're getting off-market properties. These are properties that are on an assignable contract, meaning that it is under contract on paper, but it's not going to close with that first contracted buyer. It's going to close with an end buyer on a cash deal. So there's a lot of different types of real estate deals to be done out there. Diane, we're coming into a break here. Are you going to hang on with us for the show, or do you got to take off?
I have a 1:30 call, so I will stay on as long as I can.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
So sounds good. We're going to take a quick break here. More from our expert contributors when we come back. Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage, DianeVance.com. Check her out online. Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy up next. FFATampa.com, as well as Amy is in studio as well from CEO. She's the CEO of Hands at Heart Yoga here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We'll be right back after this short break. Follow us online. We would love to connect with you at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter. Consumer Quarterback Show page out there, as well as our YouTube channel on YouTube, Brandon Rhymes Realty. You can see 1,200 plus videos on our YouTube channel. We'll be right back.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for Cleaning Commandos here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Cleaning Commandos are hiring, and they're offering competitive wages, flexible hours, relaxed atmosphere, and a sign-on bonus. Reach out if you'd like a career with the Cleaning Commandos here in Tampa Bay. Info at cleaningcommandosllc.com or call 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550. Cleaning Commandos, Consumer Quarterback Show. Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. We are looking for real estate investors. We've got a new relationship bringing us a tremendous amount of off-market real estate investment opportunities. So text the word investor to our hotline, 813-750-0550. Off-market real estate investment opportunities. Text investor to 813-750-0550. Brandon Rhymes here, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, looking for real estate investors. Send us a text.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. Real Estate Quarterback Show can be found on podcast as well. We'd love for you to connect with us on social as well. Giving a shout out to Veteran Gutters. Brandon Porter and his team do such a great job. If you're looking at getting gutters installed in your home, it can definitely add value, and also, especially with this rainy season, it can push that water away from your foundation. American-made products, Veteran Gutters, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And a couple of hot property listings here. I've got 1200 Gulf Boulevard, number 1805. This is a beautiful condo, penthouse, VIP, executive-style living in Tampa Bay. It's on the beach. It's a beachfront property, Meridian Condos, Sand Key. $2.67 million listing of mine on the beach, 1200 Gulf Boulevard, number 1805, 4,000 square feet, 3-bedroom suites. You have a den as well, 2 Gulfside balconies, and lots of just beautiful views from this waterfront beauty in Pinellas County. Also got a property here at 1211 North Parsons. If there are any chiropractors out there, chiropractors, doctors looking for an office space, this is a great turnkey opportunity. 1211 North Parsons in Brandon, Parsons Avenue in Brandon. It's a chiropractor's office. He's retiring, and he's including everything. So all of the equipment, the buyer's list or the customer list, and you can also see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, let's talk to Thomas King here now. Florida Firearms Academy, longtime friend of the program. A lot of times we talk about training. We talk about your awesome shop over there that you've got, your academy, and how to properly load, hold, aim, and shoot a weapon.
That's what we do, and we want to make sure everyone has a good time. So what we got going on coming up for the 4th of July weekend is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, because we're going to be closed on 4th of July. We want everyone to know to celebrate their Independence Day, so they're not going to be coming to the range that day. But people don't realize that Independence Day is the day that we fought for our independence, to earn our country, to earn our freedom. People tried to take away our firearms, and we fought back. And that's what happens. That's what we celebrate the 4th of July. So that's why we're going to be closed that day. But for our 4th of July sale, we're going to have memberships. Sales. We don't normally do this. We do this maybe once a year for membership sales. So if you buy a 3-month membership, I think it's like $90. You get a gift certificate. And then if you buy a 6-month, you get a gift certificate, blah, blah, blah. And it keeps going. You get a larger amount of, I think it's like $200 gift certificate if you buy a 3 to 5 year membership. Yep. But with your membership, you can also get a family membership, so it's just a few dollars more. But with your shoot all every day, as long as you want, as much fun as you want, you're going to get discounts on ammunition. That's 10% off, 20% off all of our classes, which we do 40 different types of firearm training classes, and discounts on transfer if you buy online, discounts on in-store purchases. So you save a lot if you're a member. And not only that, we also have members-only parties. So we shut the entire store down, invite all the members over. They get free food. We give away all kinds of cool prizes, firearms, ammo, and that's just for our members, just because they do so much for us. Then our kids-free safety class is coming up. It'll be on our website at FFAtampa.com. That's so important for your kid to take this class. Yeah. It's 5 years old to 16-year-old, and it covers just about everything, and I pay for that free of charge. You don't pay a dime.
When is that class?
That's the Kids Youth Free Safety Class, Firearm Safety Class.
Is it a certain day and time?
Yes, it's the third Sunday of every month, once a month, and it's at 9 a.m. And the instructor is Jenny. She's phenomenal with the kids, and she does a great job with the class there. We've even been on a lot of the local news channels for it, because everyone usually charges about $85 per kid. If you have 3 kids, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
We eat up the whole cost on that. It's free of charge. Wow. You don't spend a dime. You even get a certificate at the end. You get to keep your free targets and everything. And then a kids shooting team, that's also been taking off really well. These kids are training and learning how to do competition sports style shooting. It's so much fun. And the bad part is your kids are going to constantly ask you to keep coming back every day. Oh, I got to go train.
Yeah,
so it's a lot of fun,
man.
Especially with the summer months coming up. It's a good time. And then the big thing that we got going on is we got Amy here. Are you doing the Oldsmar second Friday?
I am, yes.
That's going to be a lot of fun. So we set up tents.
Yeah, July 9th, it's our first one in the downtown Oldsmar area.
Out on the street. And there's going to be live music. There's going to be, food? There's going to be drinks.
Beer, wine, food, live music, a whole bunch of the vendors from the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber. It's going to be a super fun night.
A lot of giveaways, cool stuff. So it's like First Friday down at how they had it at St. Pete.
Yep.
But we're actually kind of copying that and taking off with that to give away cool stuff and meet some nice people there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be
If
fun.
you just joined us, we're talking with Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, as well as his guest, Amy Olshansky, CEO, Hands at Heart Yoga right here in Tampa Bay. And Oldsmar is the location for both of their businesses. And Thomas, that's great what you're doing with the children, with the kids, helping them learn early and, kind of educating them from an early start of, hey, these are God-given rights. These are not the government giving us rights. These are God-given rights to defend ourselves, to,
right.
To worship the way we want to see, some of these basic, principles, these basic tenets of being an American citizen. It seems like it's under attack these days.
It is, and this is the next generation that we need to educate. Exactly. Not only that, we have so many homeschool kids that come and do this class with us now. And I don't know if you saw that Virginia, the shout-out match in their school the other day. That's unbelievable. So the schools are trying to change everything about what we've done traditionally. Like they're changing all the holidays right now. Instead of calling it Christmas, they want to call it the day off.
Yep.
Well, you know what? That's just crazy.
Revisionist. It's revisionist history, and it's disgusting what's happening in our country right now with these types of situations.
Cancel culture.
Cancel culture, tearing down statues. They have these false claims about our founding fathers being racist. No, they weren't. 9 out of the 13 colonies before the Constitution was ratified had abolished slavery. We were the first country, flip the script, we're the first country to abolish slavery. Right. I mean, we were the leaders in that space. Our founding is patriotic, it's American, and it's moral good. So we're coming into a break here. When we come back, more from our expert contributors. Thomas King in the house. We've got Hands of Heart Yoga in the house as well. Amy Olshansky on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Plus, our feel-good story of the day. Anonymous customer leaves $16,000 tip at a restaurant in New Hampshire. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check out consumerqb.com.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Five, four, three, two, one.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, top 1% ranked real estate team in Tampa Bay. My wife Lindsay and I own and operate a top 1% ranked real estate team. What that means is there's 25,000 realtors in Tampa Bay, and everybody knows a friend who's a kid's soccer coach, something along those lines. But when it comes to selling your number one most valuable asset in most cases, your real estate, your commercial land, your vacant land properties, your commercial buildings, we want to leave the impression that we are the best in the area. We're in the top 200 out of 25,000 realtors, $20 plus million in volume recently. So we'd love to talk to you about any properties that you're looking to sell. Right now, of course, you hear it's a tough market. There's not much inventory. So we feature our real estate listings live on air on the program to help you sell faster for more money, utilizing our innovation with radio, TV, and internet marketing. So we've got a property at 607 South Willow Avenue. This is in Tampa, South Tampa area. It's the Plant High School District, one of the most sought-after areas in all of Tampa Bay, 607 South Willow. It has two duplexes here. So you've got a duplex on site, almost 2,700 square feet, close to downtown, Plant High School District, and a great opportunity to own real estate here in Tampa Bay. And also 202 Southwest Shore Boulevard. Here's a vacant lot parcel that we have. You can build your dream house right here in South Tampa. It's in the Beach Park area. Again, one of the most highly sought after areas in all of Tampa Bay. 1780 Clearwater Largo Road is a great opportunity to own real estate here in Tampa as well, Pinellas County. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, so a lot of things we talk about, one of the cool things I love about our show, we've been doing it 8 years now, so we talk about real estate, credit, finance, estate and tax planning, all that fun stuff. And then we talk about self-defense, concealed carry, protecting yourself, protecting your assets, protecting your home.
Now you got yoga.
Now we got yoga. Let's talk a little bit about taking care of your body and your peace of mind. And I was mentioning between breaks, too, my wife is a pranic healer, and she's studied healing, and I've gone to some of the classes with her on that, some of the retreats up in New York, up in the mountains. And, so there's really a whole nother dimension for people to really understand and consider when it comes to the mind-body connection, healing the body from within, those types of scenarios.
You're absolutely right. And actually, Thomas and I were talking about this on the ride over here that, I got into yoga years ago for more the worky-outy type of class. I just wanted to go and get my butt kicked. And I suffered a traumatic experience 8 years ago and threw myself into yoga classes and would go to crazy amount of yoga classes in one day if I could, and did that for 2 months. And it physically healed me from the inside out. And that's the first time I ever got that side of yoga. And it just so happened that I turned around and made a career and a business out of it.
Yeah, It's so cool. I love going. I've done some of the hot yogas. There's a high-end workout facility over here at the International Mall that I've gone to, and it's really nice. So I enjoy doing yoga. It's been a while since I've been in. I need to start going and doing that.
Are you really
more.
flexible?
I'm okay. I'm pretty decent from being an athlete so many years, but I think I'm somewhat muscle bound.
Well, was it tender class? What is it?
Gentle
class. That's what I'm going to need to go in, the gentle class.
Well,
Okay.
and most people have a misconception of what they're capable of, what their body's capable of, until you get in there, and everybody usually surprises themselves.
How many classes do you have?
We are up to 20 classes now for the week, and we offer that
different
all
levels, though, right?
in studio, in virtual. Yes, all levels.
Nice.
We have gentle to We actually have pranic healing class where you just lay and meditate, and she works on you from afar.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Pranic healer, yeah.
Yeah, that's
so we
cool.
have that once a week right now.
That's great.
Hopefully bringing it back in.
You have a lot of instructors with you.
I have 9 people under me, 20 classes for the week. Like I said, they're all hybrid, and then we offer private and group as well for all of that, including the energy healing.
So how do I sign up so it's not booked up? Do you guys like if it's overbooked, then you can't take any more people, right?
I mean, I want to get to the point where I'm overbooked. No, it's we ask people to sign up and register online just so we have a head count coming into the class, and also too in case something happens, a freak accident of traffic or an accident on the road where a yoga instructor is backed up, we could let everybody know. But we want to try and have a head count as much as we can.
Yeah, handsatheartyoga.yoga.
Yes.
Not .com, .yoga.
I know, it's actually a thing. I think I'm the
yoga.
first one.
Wow. That's cool. And that's how you sign up for the classes.
Yes, you can
Okay,
register
cool.
right online. It's super easy. We make it as easy as possible for you.
And you just had that class right outside, too, the other week.
At Ari Oldsmar Park on Saturday, it was our first outdoor 108 sun salutation event for the summer solstice. I partnered up with Oldsmar Cares.
Yep.
So on top of the event, we collected donations for Oldsmar Cares, including clothing, food, monetary, toiletries, and all that good stuff.
I donated.
Awesome. Citizen of the Year over here.
That's
You did
right.
such a good job.
Exactly.
Mr. Citizen of the
Let
Year.
me ask you a question, because there's really some cool stuff there. I think just the average lay person, the old football jock like me or somebody might not know. That's actually really cool. So and in getting, of course, my wife being involved with these things, it kind of opens up my perspective even more. But you mentioned like summer solstice, and there's certain days where the planets lined up, the moon's lined up, and it's really like if you're a praying type person, if you do meditation, it's like the day that you get a direct connection with higher power, God, and Jesus, if that's your flavor.
It's pretty interesting when you put it all together. So blessed to have had such a successful event this weekend for my first one, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited. The winter solstice is in December, and it falls on the full moon weekend.
Right.
So I'm one of those yogis that's crazy. It's like come out and celebrate the winter solstice, but you also get to manifest and set intentions
Exactly.
and goals for yourself. And most people don't realize how strong of a power that is, just taking that from the moon, which today is a full moon day, by the way. So set
lots
intentions,
of power.
manifest.
So it's a good day to do your prayer, your manifestation, your meditations, those types of things. If you're a goal setter and you hey, set these goals, have that connection. You have a more direct connection, right? How,
Yes.
can you explain that, how that works?
I mean, I'm not sure of the quite technology terms for
Terminology.
that. I know that on the full moon day is obviously going to be the most powerful. It's usually when people's energy, sometimes you have all that crazy energy going on, which they
Right.
say, Fridays when it's like the full moon in the bar industry and people go out partying and stuff.
Yeah.
But or it can take you into a somber place depending on where your body and your brain's at, and also depends on your zodiac sign, your birthday,
Right.
the year you were born, and all of that good stuff. So ultimately, though, a good knowledge is to know that the moon day is perfect, but you can do stuff 3 days up before or 3 days after in order to
I love that.
do all the other stuff.
Especially, spending time daily in prayer, or, I just downloaded this app because I've been the type, even through school, I was somewhat of a slow reader. My mind I would just get disconnected. I would start thinking about football practice or whatever, girls or whatever at the time, right? So I'm reading books, and I'm trying to follow along. Sometimes highlighting helps, But I love Audible, so I downloaded Audible, and I just downloaded the one with James Earl Jones reads the Bible.
Wow.
So he's got a cool voice. It seems to
It's
bring
Darth
these
Vader
stories
reading the
together.
Bible.
Yeah, exactly. He's reading the Bible,
Right.
and it's just like a cool voice. But I really think like if you put these things into place, you write down your goals. How many times have you heard Tony Robbins, different people saying, write down your goals? And then I look back 10 years ago, 5 years ago, where I was then, and then I look back now and I think about all these goals that I've reached and I've hit.
Accomplished.
But then sometimes we forget. But these types of things, being connected, doing yoga, those types of things, it really opens you up. And
Did
it
you
helps
hear
you
the crazy
understand.
story she was talking about? That this lady, she was, all weak and everything, 69 years old. Now she's doing handstands.
She's not all weak.
Well, I thought before she came in, she wasn't able to do that.
Yeah, well, I have two yoga instructors, 168 and 169,
Yeah.
both beloved teachers of mine, and they've been taking my Yoga Strong classes. And trust me, if you come to my class, we're going to get up upside down in some way, shape, or form. But now they're doing headstands, they're doing inversions, and they're doing
Right.
arm balances where they're holding their whole body up on just their two hands, and it's such a beautiful thing to see because
Yeah.
I'm too old. I can't. And I yell at them, and then they try again, and they do it. I'm like, well, there you go. Look what
I
happens
wish you
when
had a
you try.
picture of that up there. That would have been cool. But
I know. I have them
saw
on my
some of that.
phone.
You've done it. Yeah, that's pretty.
Well, maybe next time.
Nothing I could do.
It's impressive. And, right now, this summer, the woman who I asked to sub my classes, she's 68 years old. She takes my classes, and she knows that I love challenging people. I love not having, if you're on my yoga mat, you're not thinking about what you're getting at the grocery store after.
Right.
I make you
present.
have to be present, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of places and a lot of things you do in your life, it's hard to do that right now.
That's brilliant.
And even kids, so for both of your companies, Florida Firearms Academy, Hands at Heart Yoga, kids all the way up to seniors can get involved, and it's something that's going to help the family come together. It's going to help in so many different ways. You talk about, we have bullet points here of corporate yoga solutions, virtual and in-studio classes, group and private, yoga, energy healing, yoga teacher training, yoga retreats, and special events and parties.
What's a yoga retreat?
Well, I haven't personally held one for quite a few years. My first one was done on Clearwater Beach. I was supposed to be part of one last year that went to Greece, which would have been amazing,
wow.
but got shut down with the rest of
Right.
everything else happening out there. But my lead teacher, Shelly Yoga, and I are looking at locations for next year, which could either be Hawaii, Costa Rica, Mexico. I'm starting to do all the research
That's
right now. So
exciting.
I know. So you can just come and drink wine.
That's right. I could do the gentle class.
There you go.
You're all about the gentle class.
I'm about the gentle class. Be gentle with me.
So we got Thomas King in studio here, Florida Firearms Academy, FFATampa.com, and then Amy Olshansky as well, CEO, Hands at Heart Yoga. And your website is handsatheartyoga.yoga. We talked
Yes.
about what's another thing or misconception with the Consumer Quarterback Show. We always like to talk about misnomers, things that people don't understand about their real estate, their credit, their finances. What about yoga? What are some of the misconceptions that people may be listening right now? They're saying, yeah, but I would never try yoga because of this. Like, what's something maybe?
Well, I think there's a handful there. I mean, you talk about what I hear a lot, and in my classes, I hate when people say I can't. I
Right.
can't. My arms are too short. My arms don't work like that. I don't have that strength. I'm too
Yeah.
old. Like I said, a lot of people have a misconception of what they're capable of. And I challenge you, just try. You never know, right? I think this last year, my biggest advice to everyone would be don't wait for a pandemic. Don't wait until tomorrow to start doing something wonderful for yourself today. It doesn't matter how alive and smart your brain is. If you don't have the body to house that growing up, what is that going to be worth to you if you can't move around, right? If you're
Right.
55 years old and can't sit Indian style on the floor, you need to come and do yoga, right? Now's
Right.
the time to do it instead of waiting for 10 years from now or something else crazy to happen in this world.
Well, when we come back, I want to ask you both your top tips, your nuggets of advice, your parting words of wisdom for our listeners out there. Plus, we're also going to touch on our feel-good story of the day. Anonymous customer leaves $16,000 tip. Find out about the reaction at this New Hampshire restaurant here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter. Consumer Quarterback Show page out there as well on Facebook. Our podcast on iTunes, you can connect there. Consumer Quarterback Show podcast, have it on the go. And we'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right to the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is Diane Vance with Fairway Independent Mortgage, a member of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Please give me a call for any of your mortgage needs. We do all sorts of loans. If you would like information on a mortgage, you can text me or call me at 727-647-8199. I will take care of all your mortgage needs. Go to my website at dianevance.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the real estate quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. We are in a low inventory market, so any of our listeners are homeowners and would like a free comparable market analysis or a 2.5% listing, we will honor this for the first 3 listeners who call or text in 813-773-1253. Free CMA and a 2.5% real estate listing at 813-773-1253.
Check out consumerqb.com. Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. Every day we'd like to tell you something positive in our feel-good story of the day coming up. Plus, I want to give a shout-out to Replenish IV Solutions. I just left the location on Gandy Boulevard, and the nurses are so nice down there, and they hooked me up to a vitamin infusion drip. So it's a safe and effective way to restore your body's immune systems, crucial vitamins and nutrients, enabling them to perform at optimal conditions and levels. Multiple Bay Area locations, or they can come to you. Reach out to our friends Stephen and Lisa Gunnan over at Replenish IV Solutions, and make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. And here's our feel-good story for today.
Tell me something good.
Okay, so a customer who ordered a couple of hot dogs at a New Hampshire restaurant left a whopping $16,000 tip. A generous tipper showed up at the Stumble Inn Bar and Grill in Londonderry, and the check was $37.93 before the tip. And it was quote, it was on a credit card statement, but I put it down next to the register, and he said 3 times, "Don't spend it all in one place," said the owner. And he said to one staffer, flipped it over and looked, and she's like, "Oh my God, are you serious?" And he said, "I want you to have it. You guys work hard." So Jarella thought it was a mistake, but the bar manager talked to the customer who said it wasn't. He also wished to remain anonymous. And since there are no instructions provided to the diner who visited the Stumble by the diner who's visited, he says the split was to be tipped between the kitchen and the bar staff. Everybody thought it might be a celebrity that was here, and it was just the average Joe. Quote, "He gave the money and doesn't want PR out of it. He doesn't want anything. I even tried to comp his meal last Saturday night. He said no." So, feel-good story of the day right there. Love those stories. The random,
I'll admit it was me.
Random act of kindness. That was, oh yeah, you were in New Hampshire last week, right?
Me, yeah. That's one expensive hot dog right there.
$15,000.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that's
wow, what a great thing.
I love that. I love our feel-good stories. That's something we've been doing for a long time here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. The random act of kindness, the feel-good stories are always fun. So in studio today, Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy, FFA, Tampa.com, and Amy Olshansky as well, CEO, Hands at Heart Yoga, here on the program. Let's go ahead and talk about our top tips, our nuggets of advice, some parting words of wisdom. Let's start here, ladies first.
I think that a lot of people don't understand what yoga is, or they might be afraid to come into a class. And my advice to you would be to get out of your comfort zone. You only have one life to live. Do things that make you uncomfortable on a daily basis, like here I am on a talk show.
There you go.
But come in. I do private yoga instruction. I've been offering it for 8 years. So if you're more comfortable one-on-one, come and do 3 sessions with me, and then get all of the basics and the foundations and the understanding of yoga and the breath and the movement, and then until you feel comfortable going into the studio. But all of our instructors, can take you from whatever level you are to where you need to be.
Yoga completely changed your life.
It completely changed my life, and what's beautiful is I'll start talking. I found this through a tragedy. So I've been meeting people who have gone through some traumatic experiences. Now I've been able to help them with yoga.
Yeah.
So that's been like a beautiful part of this journey that I've just now experiencing for the first time in 8 years.
Something you can share forever.
Yeah.
And it seems like it started getting outside your comfort zone, like you mentioned, doing a radio show, doing something.
Yes.
I've heard it said, do something that you've never done before, right? Like that's one of the keys to life is trying things that you haven't done, obviously in a good way. Don't take trying things that you have never done. But yeah, I love it.
Those
Thomas
are the things
King.
that you remember, though.
Yeah,
Trying
experiences.
something new. Yeah,
that's right.
So a famous Roman general once wrote, if you want peace, you have to prepare for war. It's the same thing for like the Boy Scout motto, always be prepared. You are the first responder in any kind of situation for you and to protect you and your home and your family. So make sure you have some kind of defense, learn some kind of defense, whether it be with firearms, whether it be karate, whether it would be with electronics, something, but you are the one that has to ultimately be there to take care and protect you and your family.
I love that. One of my favorite, Dr. Peterson, he talks about in one of his talks. He says it's one of the a famous Bible quote that's kind of misquoted. It says, "The meek shall inherit the earth." And if you really, it was mistranslated, is what his point was. So meek, when you think about meek, no, that's not really the best way to say it. It's kind of like what you're saying: is be prepared to fight, be prepared for war. but still act in kindness.
That's how you keep peace, though.
Exactly. Carry what was this? Carry the big stick. Whatever.
Right.
Whatever the story.
It's like if you defunded all the police and there's no more police, I guarantee you there's going to be way more crime out there.
Yeah, just like there's no more border, so everybody's coming over the border.
Right
they gave away their hand. Kenny Rogers, who passed away. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Right? You don't show them your hand.
Yep.
But that's how our politics are running right now. But the meek shall inherit the earth. I think that's a really mistaken quote from the Bible, because he didn't mean that. It's not. It was mistranslated. It meant if you have that power and you have the ability to fight and you have the ability to defend yourself, doesn't necessarily say you have to lead with that. You can lead with being humble, being kind, and helping others, but then know that you do have the ability to do that. I think that's what they meant in the Bible when they said that.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, too. And, I always love the half full kind of cup thing there. But I think one thing is that what we just did recently is we just showed the whole world during COVID our whole blueprint of how we would destroy ourselves and destroy our small businesses. And you can be open and you can't be open, but
exactly.
Oh yeah, you can be open. That's just crazy.
Yep.
And I bet the whole entire country or world just looked at what we did to how we can destroy ourselves. So now we need to prepare for that. We can't go down that rabbit hole again.
Yeah, it's a war from within.
But one thing I would like to say, just real quick, if you'd like to be a part of this, the Oldsmar Second Friday, that's coming up July 9th, and that's going to be right there on the street. It's a big party for us. If you'd like to advertise your business, come out there, just go to Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce, and you can sign up right there. You can bring a tent out there, bring whatever you sell out there, or we can have maybe even Brandon Rhymes doing a show right out there live. That'd be pretty cool.
We could set that up.
That'd be nice.
It takes a lot of resources to get out there with the show, but
I want to say thank you too, because you do so much for not just all of your listeners, the community, and they're learning so much about the people that you're bringing on the show and saving them a lot of money.
Appreciate
and
that, buddy.
Cool real estate plays. Every time I see that $2 million listing, I kind of want to grab that, right?
There you go. A special deal for you, man. Right? We can hook you up. So one of my tips, I wanted to talk about Wilfredo Pareto. He's an Italian economist. 1895, he noticed in Italy that the wealth and the land ownership was divided amongst what he called the vital few. It's a pretty cool story, but it translates to your life. It can translate to your business as well. So if you've ever heard of the 80-20 rule, you'll know that 20% of the tasks that you do, here's how I break it down for me, myself, my team, people I'm talking to. 20% of the things that you do on a daily basis are going to contribute or lead to 80% of your success. So when you think about the 80-20 rule, think about that. And if you look at life in general, just go to your closet and look in your clothes. I guarantee you wear 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. And there's the other 80% of clothes that just sit there and they're there, and you probably need to donate those. Beer drinkers, people that drink alcohol and beer, 20% of the people drink 80% of the beer. 20% of the realtors do 80% of the business. Crime, 20% of the crime is committed by the majority of the same amount of people. Okay, so the 80-20 rule is a rule in life. It's a rule out there. Make it work for you. So how does that break down? Find out what contributes mostly to your success, or maybe not you, maybe the top realtor in your area or the top business person. Find out what they did, model that expert, and then start repeating what they did, the old R&D method, rip off and duplicate. Right,
but it's also a compliment, though.
It is a compliment. That's right. So we got about a minute and a half left. Anything else topical that we didn't touch on? Any specials? Anything coming up as well, or even success stories? I love hearing success stories as well.
I host blood drives, and my next one is coming up in August on the 15th, and I'm collaborating with Bay Area young professionals for it. So I try to host 4 blood drives a year.
Weren't you the largest one, too? Didn't you have the
yeah, I usually quadruple their blood drives. So I got 2 big red buses. We'll have live music, free yoga all day.
And you did that right in front of your store.
Yes, it's right in my parking lot on the southeast corner of Racetrack and Tampa Road. So that's August 15th on Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't
August 15th.
Sticks get involved with that too?
Sticks
Billiards?
and Edge City Barbecue, fellow chamber members. They're amazing. And then I'll be super excited for Bay Area young professionals to be on site. It's going to be a super fun event.
Great. That's good. And that's always for a good cause.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what's great about Tampa Bay. It's a lot of the folks, the nonprofit organization, everybody helps each other. We've talked about Children's Cancer Center here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, as well as work done charities. I mean, there's so many good companies and charitable organizations, folks pulling together here in Tampa Bay.
Always giving back.
That's right. Always giving back, doing the right thing, and helping one another in these times. By the way, it's hurricane season. Make sure you're getting prepared. Kind of a PSA, we had Doug Levi on the show, Strategic Insurance. He's got a great website with a list there, a checklist. So if you haven't done that, don't be one of these that are scrambling last minute, running to get bottled water, running to fill up your extra gasoline.
They are always
bins.
at my store buying, because I have the big 200 meals. Yeah, they're
Buying
always
them,
at the last minute buying it all up.
And generators as well. Right around the corner from it is that generator shop.
Flashlights.
So please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you check out consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.